Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thanks for joining me here at Paid to Trade. Today is Sunday, June 25th, and I'm going to be going over the week ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ and the ES. I'm going to go over the zones for the week, looking at the expected moves for the week as well. Kind of tell you my ideas behind some trades I plan to take. So this is not advice, not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I plan to do and why I plan to do it. That's all. So this is kind of how I structure my trades. So as you see, I have some lines mapped out here, these magenta colored lines. So I pulled that off of the option chain from Thinkorswim. So if you go into Thinkorswim, you go to the option chain. So this is for the ES. You can see there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then here is, this would be for the 30th. So June 30th, that's the end of the month. This is what the expected move is for the week. Now, actually, it's changed because the market's already open. So before the market opened, this was actually sitting at 72.50 for the ES, and the NQ is 255, but the market's already open. So now you can see that those numbers have changed. So let me pull up the NQ. There we go. So the NQ end of month, 293. So it's changed. Numbers have changed. So it's good. It's good practice. Go ahead and get them before. So they're available usually Friday afternoon. I think after right after the market closes, maybe like 2 hours after. So you can grab them Saturday or just anytime Sunday before the market opens. So that's it. So let's go ahead and look at the NQ itself. So I already have some baby zones drawn out that we've kind of been messing around with recently, but I also have some larger zones that are some bigger target areas. All right. So as far as what the market could do this week, this is the expected move. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's something good to keep an eye on. Now, we don't have to necessarily interact with the expected moves, which is the magenta lines that you see. But it is what the market's expecting. And sometimes when we do get close to these levels, you'll see like extra volatility kick in and we can end up reversing on these levels. Sometimes we just hover around them and sometimes we just stay in between them. Other times when we get outside the levels, things can get extra crazy and you might see us, make a dash for like a 2x. Expected move. So, if the range or if the expected move for the NASDAQ is 255 points, once we're kind of hanging out down here, if we get outside, you might see us drop a quick 250. And if we did, in this case, that put us at, 550. So 14,550, which would be the top of this zone. Now, previous to this, I didn't think that would be a possibility, but honestly, stranger things have happened. And, I guess that is a possibility. Ideally, though, I think like my thoughts are we're going to hold up here. And the fact that we came down here a couple times worried me a little bit, but it does seem more like a range. It seems like we're ranging. So that's kind of what I'm anticipating. So if anything, right now, I'm still a buyer. I'm a buyer down here. It's nice if you buy right at the bottom. You can keep it within 10 points or under as far as your stop loss for the NASDAQ. So that's been working out really nice. So I'd like to be able to play that again if possible. But, we didn't make a mad dash for this again. So we'll see. But if we hold closer to this here, I'd be a buyer here. Since we've been down here so many times, I think I'd buy towards the top of this little baby zone and take it upwards. So I'd be watching out for that. So, overall, if you look at the weekly, we're definitely a bit overextended, but it doesn't mean that we have to drop down. If we could just end up going sideways, last week was kind of an inside week. I honestly thought we'd finish up here. So I didn't call that exactly, but playing off the zones, though, that worked for me. So let me know what works for you guys. Like, what do you guys watch? Or maybe you're brand new to this and you just have questions. Ask me a question. But if you watch something else or you like to look at different levels, like key levels, let me know what works for you and what you prefer. I'm curious to know. But my plan of attack is this. So like I said, if we come down here, we're hovering down here, I'm interested in being a buyer down here. Now, if we end up just dropping into this zone, then I'm going to see if I can take this play again. I'm going to take this play one more time. I'm going to keep it light though, in case we just drop crazy. So I'm not going to be going heavy like I have before. So I'm looking at maybe, I might even switch to micros, but I'm thinking 1 to 2 minis is my guess. That's probably what I want to do down here, and still keep it with a nice tight stop, 10 points. But if you've traded this before, if we get a massive move, we can get a little bit of slippage, and it can beat or go past my 10-point stop loss. So that wouldn't be nice if I was going a bit heavy. Definitely don't want that. But ideally, I want to say that we stick up here, we keep ranging out, and this is a massive bull flag. It's kind of ugly, but it is a bull flag. So as long as we keep holding this here as a base, then I see us popping up there. So that would be great. So as far as what we do tonight, if we end up just hanging out down here, then I'll see if we break into this zone tomorrow morning. And if we do, then my entry is going to be down here towards the bottom of the zone. That's the plan. If it lines up with one of these pivots, that's beneficial. I like points of confluence. It gives me that extra confidence to go ahead and get into a trade, but it doesn't necessarily have to, because I do like the zones that I have mapped out. They work out pretty well. I do switch it to a different time frame. So 4 hours is just to go ahead and map things out, but I do like to trade off the 15. So I'll be watching the 15-minute and the 5-minute for a more honed in entry. But as of right now, the market's green. So we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, if we get into here, I'm going to be going long off the base of this here. If we open up tomorrow and we're way up here, I'll be looking for a drop down to maybe either get in here or see if we fall back to the bottom of here, this zone. So I'm going to have to see how the market plays out, see what kind of candles it gives us. So I'll be watching out for that. So that is for the NQ. So these are the areas I'm looking for. And I want to go ahead and go over the ES real quick too. So as far as the ES, all right. So opened up green here as well, and opened up right at the bottom of the zone. So if I was watching that, that would have been a great buying up right there. Super tight stop, and looks like we'd already be up about 5 points, which is really good on the ES. But I don't typically trade Sunday evenings. I used to. I try not to anymore. Trying to break bad habits. But anyhow, the expected moves for the ES, they were 72.5. That's what was listed before. So that puts us up here at 44.60. Down here, that puts us about 43.17. So I'll be watching out for that. And then with NQ or the ES, I also have this mapped out here. So it looks like we gapped up a little bit. So I'd be watching out for this level here. It's the bottom of the weekly, I want to say, as well. Yep. So I'll be watching out for that level. Could be a nice little spot to turn around, or if I'm not in anything at that point, might be a great spot to go long, at least for a scalp. There should be a lot of eyes on this line right here, definitely. And then I did map out another line up here. So this is really close to the opening of this candle here. This is another weekly candle, and this is back in April of last year. The reason why I see that being kind of important is the fact that that would be about 2x our expected move. So if we end up pushing up and we're hovering up here, the next day we might just run it up. And if we do, that's going to be an interesting point. That could be a great target. And I'd be watching out for that for a rejection as well. So I think the opening price was 45.38, but 45.32 is pretty close to that. So I'd be watching out for that. 45.32 is 2x this expected move. But for the ES, it's the same thing as far as what I'll be watching for, the plays I'll be looking at. So if we end up sticking around here, let's say we stay in this little baby zone, I'll be looking for an entry down here towards the bottom. So, we might push up here overnight, and then open up here in the morning. And if we do, I still like this as a long. I'd like to take that so we can play the zone and get above it and get towards the top of where we opened up at last week. I think that'd be nice. But, we'll take it as it comes. And if we end up falling out of here, if we sell off, overnight, sure, we opened up green, but maybe we turn around, we end up down here in the morning. If we're kind of hanging out down here under this zone, I might be more interested in a short. So what I'll be looking for is a push up into this little area here, and then see if we get a turnaround and then a little drop off. So we'll see if that happens. And if so, I think we make a run down for here for sure. That's 43.47. So that'd be a nice little target. But the expected move would be way down here. And okay, so some things to watch out for this week. We'd be looking at, I like to use my FX book. I like to watch this as well. It points out some things that would definitely move the market. So I look for things that are of high impact. You can see right here. So anything labeled red, and definitely things pertaining to the US. So let's see. So for Monday, we have something, actually maybe not till Tuesday. So building permits, not a big deal. Here we go, durable goods. So durable goods, that's Tuesday. So I don't know if that really moves the market. Oh, we got home sales, new home sales. There we go. So I'd be watching out for that. And then we have Wednesday. So Wednesday's a bigger deal, I want to say. Yeah. What do we got? Goods trade balance. Yeah, that should definitely move the market a bit. And here we go, Jerome Powell. So Jerome Powell will be speaking on Wednesday. So he's definitely a market mover. Watch out for that. What else? And then we have Jerome Powell again. And initial jobless claims. So we have that going on, and that's on Thursday. So it's going to be a pretty busy week. That's definitely going to bring in a lot of volatility, definitely a lot of movement, and a lot of opportunity. Friday, I'm pretty sure we still have something going on Friday as well that I'd be watching out for. Okay, yeah. All right, so CPI data. Be watching out for that. And that's it. So these are definitely some market movers. They bring in a lot of volatility. So you want to be very careful trading around that. So let it make its moves. Be mindful of the time that this data comes out. Some of it's before the actual market open, some of it's during. So yeah, definitely be careful. So I'll be watching out for that. So it seems like a lot of great opportunity. I hope we end up more on the bullish side this week, but I'll take it either way. So short plays or long plays above, short plays below. That's basically it. Can't make it any easier than that. So best luck to you guys. Let me know what you thought about me just kind of mapping out the week as far as what I'm looking at. Tell me if you do something different or if you kind of like what I'm doing. Either way, I'd love to hear your feedback. Oh, in case you're looking to trade with extra capital or you're kind of new to this and you want to start learning how to trade and maybe sign up for some sim accounts, I have some links below in the description that you can use to go ahead and get some discounts with some other prop firms. Right now, the prop firm that I use that I'm funded with is Apex Trader, and they're running 90% off. So you can actually save 90% off your sign up fee. So you can get in for as low as like $15. So it's super cheap. You can get a 300K account. It's only $65. So even that is super cheap. And you only need to trade for 7 days before you can get funded. So rules are really simple. If you have any questions, you can drop that down in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you out with that as well. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and click on that like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.